I stopped by Winco on the way home after work today, and I had a moment of realization as I was standing in the checkout line, because they love to line the checkout with like all that good stuff and the not so good for you stuff and lots of sugar and candy and gum and whatever. And it is all things that are designed to be addictive to a certain point, and obviously like really appealing to kids and things like that. And it's meant to make you kind of have a split second decision at the end of your shop where you're like, oh, I need this. And there was definitely a time in my life where that would have got me. I used to really struggle with binge eating and kind of this craving of sugar and sweets, and it was kind of the idea of like the forbidden fruit. I wanted it because I knew I shouldn't have it. And you know, as we all know, it definitely gives it more of a draw. And so I had the realization today as I was standing in the checkout that I was thoroughly uninterested in everything that was being offered to me. I specifically remembered a situation with my boyfriend when we first moved in together. I had put the food that I had brought from my apartment into the cupboards, and then I had gone to work or something, and then when I came back, he kind of said, hey, I noticed that you put all your snack foods and your like treats and stuff in the back of the cupboards, but I went ahead and moved them to the front. You don't have to hide things like that. It's not bad to have those things. You don't need to be ashamed about it. And because, you know, for me, it was definitely kind of like a secondary habit to just be like, oh my gosh, well, this is the stuff that I really, really want, but I just shouldn't be eating it. So I'm just going to jam it in the back of the cupboard and pretend it doesn't exist. And I hope I don't see it, I guess, even though, you know, I have a catalog back here of every last snack food I've ever bought my whole life. And so I remember kind of having like an aha moment where I was like, oh shit, like I have pedestaled these foods so much, and I'm so scared of them and simultaneously enamored with them, and I've given them so much power in my head. So much of my energy went to this kind of ebb and flow of like, no, but yes, you know, and to realize now that that energy is kind of dissipated, I've got to say that if that's something that you struggle with, I think you have to take my boyfriend's approach. You cannot shamefully hide those things in your house. You have to make them available to you. You have to neutralize the emotions around them. You can't give them an emotional space in your like heart and soul, because then they'll have this power over you, and you need to make food neutral in your life. You need to see it for what it is, and it is an energetic exchange, and some foods are more efficient at giving you energy than others, and some foods really are just kind of for the heart and soul, and that's okay too. And there's nothing wrong with recognizing the physical impact that food has on you in excessive quantities, or a certain, you know, like obviously the overproduction of insulin in your system is not good in the long run, but I think that the key to really finding that healthy balance with all types of food is that you do not demonize them. You don't even give them that level of importance, because it's just food, and the role that they play in your life, you've given them that role, and you can take that role away. And so for me today to stand in that checkout line and look at all of these delicious sweets and treats and just be like, I could, I'm not gonna, you know, and I've got some stuff in the cupboards. I'll show you my snack cupboard. It's friggin' nuts. A lot of the times that stuff just sits there because I've given myself permission to, that's fine, have it anytime you want. anytime you want, you can have it. And you'll notice over time that it just doesn't call to you like it used to, because it's not some like dirty back alley secret. It's just food. I hope that was helpful. I love you guys.